are say, JASL, JASL, JASL after dark. JASL, JASL, JASL after dark. JASL, JASL, JASL after dark. What you on talking at the day? At the night part. JASL, JASL, JASL after dark. JASL, JASL, JASL after dark. JASL, JASL, JASL.
All right, good night, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls 18 years and older. Want to tell you all thanks for tuning in to another episode of JASL After Dark. I'm your host, Calvin. Those familiar with the show know that it's normally just streamed on Instagram at JASL Info and on Facebook at Jamaica 8 Support for Life. But for this season, season 9, we will be right here on the Bridge 99 FM every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. I also have with me my co-host, Shade.
Hey, lovers. So this is your girl, Shade, from Fetish Secrets Limited. How are you, Calvin? It has been a week.
Yeah, it's been a week.
You know, what has been happening for the past week? Anything new and exciting?
You know, so nothing new not going on in the past week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know, but nothing exciting happened. Just work and home for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a pretty chill week this week as well, last week. I don't know what happened, but I put in the work. You know, it wasn't a dull, it was more productive, but it was okay. It was good enough. Nothing... You know, out of the ordinary, nothing for highlights, just, you know, come off a safe sex week and the whole Valentine's festivities and all of that.
Yeah.
So I think it's relaxed time now.
Yes, relaxing time, but we're not relaxing when it comes on to the show. And tonight
Never.
we are looking at sex and the church.
Ooh.
And we have a great guest lined up in studio for us tonight, the Sniper Prophet, Jamar Watson, who will be here to talk to us throughout the night. Welcome to JASL After Dark.
Thank you so much. God bless you. It is good to be here.
Awesome. So he'll be here for the entire night while we discuss the topic sex and the church. But before we get into that, it's time for the hot pot.
Hot pot.
I want something juicy for eat. Are we in the pot?
It's time for Hot Pot.
Hot pot.
Hot pot.
Hot Pot.
No, sir. This catching at.
Hot Pot.
All right. So we also have with us joining via Zoom, Kristen. Welcome, Kristen.
Are you there, Kristen?
All right.
Hi, honey. How are you?
And of course, Mr. Sniper.
We can hardly hear
All right,
you,
so-
Kristen.
It's good to be back on the
All right, so let's get into the hot pot for tonight. So there are always some topics that are interesting and somewhat controversial. So each week we're gonna dip into our hot pot for a topic to discuss. So, Prophet, can you take off the lid and take up?
Dip into that hot pot. Let's know what we're talking about tonight.
You have like a napkin or a glass.
I'm sure it won't burn.
It's cool now. It's cool now.
Okay. So dip in the hot pot.
Yeah. Take
Yes.
Quite a few yam and banana inside it.
All right.
So let's see what's gonna be served.
Right. So the hot pot topic is: would you rather someone break up with you over a dinner or through a text?
Oh wow! No, I want to hear about this. So, you know, what do you have to say, Prophet? I want to hear what do you have to say?
Would I rather someone break up with me over a dinner or through a text? I would rather a text message.
You'd rather a text
A
message?
text
Yeah,
message?
text
Why?
Why? Yeah.
Because dinner, come on. Yes, I'm a person that love my my food, and my wife would have known that. So
You don't want to mess up the appetite. You want to mess up the appetite. Okay.
not at all. You know, so the text for me would be preferable. Even though that would never happen because I don't text.
Okay.
Oh wow! So you'll receive the message and then you'll just ignore it.
I ignored it.
Okay.
And that's why I don't have a local number either, so nobody knows.
Well, kudos to you, Prophet. I like that. To each his own. But for me, I think a text message for me would probably be impersonal. I want over the dinner. It's not because of the food, but I want to have that hard talk. I want that hard conversation. And I think I need to have that. I need to ask questions. My emotions is involved. So even if we're going to come to a closure, I need closure. I always want closure. So for closure, for my emotional aspect of it, and for us to have that honest conversation, let's just have it face to face. So I can probably get my closure. I'm gonna just feel like the text too impersonal. I'm gonna want that. Like, you are my person. Why are you gonna message me? You know? So
Yeah.
for me, I want the dinner so we can have meet, especially if you meant something to me and I meant something to you. Let's have that meaningful conversation to be like, okay, this is what's happening. Because I don't ever want to have a bitter breakup. You know, I don't want my emotions to get angry and we start hate each other.
Right.
Yeah. So for me, it's definitely face to face.
Yeah.
Talk to me over dinner. Cause you're gonna have a bill for pay, but talk to me over dinner.
I definitely agree with you too, because for me, I feel like this is a serious conversation, and that serious conversations in general, they should be had in person. Let's have the dinner. Let's go out. Let's be civil. Let's have the conversation. If that's how it ends, that's how it ends. But I feel like the text, it's like you're gonna wonder, like, is it real? You know, it doesn't feel final. It doesn't feel like closure, as Sade says. I feel like this is in person. I'd want that in person for me.
How about you, Kristen? What are your views? Can you hear me?
I would prefer something in person. I can.
All right, so we're struggling to hear Kristen.
Yeah.
But we want to hear from you, our viewers and our listeners. So you can let us know. Send us a WhatsApp message at our WhatsApp line 876-551-5782 and let us know what you think. Let us know what it would be for you. Would you want to break up?
Would you rather somebody break up with you over dinner or over a text? Like, I want to hear, what our viewers and listeners think. So as Calvin said, just send us a WhatsApp 876-551-5782.
Yeah. But I mean, that's definitely an interesting scenario, because a lot of persons, they feel like it's a conversation they want to shy away from, so they take the text as the easy way out.
That's true, because sometimes a lot of people don't like to have that hard talk. The hard talks are sometimes really hard to have, because we don't like to hear the truth sometimes, no matter what we think, So, honesty and that direct, open communication sometimes can get the best of us.
Definitely can get the best of us sometimes. I think we have a video as well to show for a second hot topic.
Oh, wow. There's a video.
Yes.
Oh,
so let's have a look at it.
I hope this is
The
not
term
a shop.
family cloth, but it is an unfortunate name for cloth toilet paper. Let me show you the setup in my home to hopefully help remove some of the ick factor. This is the toilet in our upstairs bathroom, primarily used by my husband and I. This is a basket of clean wipes, mostly flannel cut from old Christmas pajamas. When I use the bathroom, I let the bidet do all the heavy lifting, pat dry with a clean wipe, and then put the used wipe in this bin, which will eventually go into the laundry. No wipe is ever used for multiple bathroom sessions without being laundered. That would be disgusting. I personally love cloth toilet paper because it's sturdier and softer on my bum. But my husband is not a fan. So we also keep regular toilet paper. In conclusion, this snake plant has survived despite months.
All right. So the second question we have for us for tonight, it says, would you use a toilet cloth as the one shown in the video? Would you?
Hell no. No way. I have so many questions.
Right?
And my answers, they're all over the place. No.
For me, I don't see why that would be necessary.
Oh my God.
Unless you remember when COVID just started and you look on the online and you see all the videos where tissue shortage.
That's fine.
It's only that. But even so, I don't think that's necessary at all. Prophet, would you?
What are your thoughts on this, Prophet?
If I would use the cloth.
Yeah.
If that's the only thing available, because we used to back in those days, we used to bush grass and all kind of stuff. So
yeah, but that's back in the days, Prophet. Like, we're not 2023 now. These are not nappy days. These are not bush days. So let's not go back to cultural. We understand all of that. But now, what happened? You go home one day and your wife have these cloths set out and say, husband, this is what we're going to now using moving forward. What would you say to your wife? Like, what would be your thoughts?
Well, I can say this. My wife is a person that like to hide things. So sometimes when I go in the bathroom and I don't see any tissue, I just see cloths all over. So I was like, this is what I'm going to use now.
Oh wow. Yeah.
You know?
So you're
And,
comfortable.
Yes, one day I almost made the mistake, you know, until she called it and said there's tissue hidden under the bathroom thing there, you know. But for me, no matter once you do the work.
It doesn't matter. So you're okay with the cloth.
Once you do the work.
Me's not okay with that. You're not that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna want to do that. I'm gonna want to do that.
In the
That's
video
crazy.
again, it showed that there was a bidet. So one of the persons commenting on Instagram saying, but there's a bidet though, it should be clean. It's literally wiping away the water. So for those who don't know, the bidet, it's like a jet of water. It sprays and
Yeah.
it cleans you, and then you just wipe with the cloth. But no, we see your comment chat, but
For
I
each
don't
his
agree.
own.
Yeah,
For each his
you
own.
can go ahead and use the toilet cloth, but
For health reasons, I really don't like that. You know.
well, I don't think it would not be healthy, so I can't agree and say for health reasons. I guess it's just a personal preference thing.
Personal
because,
too,
yeah.
personal. But why I say health? Remember what happened? You have to think about the hygiene aspect of it. You know, it is something that is going to be put down in there for like however long they do laundry, and then. I don't know if
Yeah,
you wash it
bin
good,
that
if you
you put
use
them
it
in.
again, like there's a lot of infection you can get just the same. Reusing it if it's not washed properly. In that sense, that's what I meant. Oh
It's
wow.
because she used the pot dry after, so after she used the bidet to wash and rinse away everything, and everything is washed away. She said she used the cloth to just pot dry. So it's just like, you just get something to dry out yourself.
So
So
what
Kristen
happens
is
to when
saying,
she
you wash
urinates?
off and then you pat dry.
Say cloth now go rink. It a go stay in the bathroom? No.
All right, so the opinions differ, and we're up on a break. So for those just joining us, this is JASL After Dark, brought to you by Jamaica Aid Support for Life. We'll be with you right after this break. All right, welcome back to JASL After Dark, brought to you by Jamaica Aid Support for Life on the Bridge 99 FM. Now, we are here talking to the Sniper Prophet, Jamar Watson, and I'm also reminding you, our listeners and viewers, that the best gift to give to yourself is taking care of your health and ensuring that you know your status. You can contact Jamaica Aid Support for Life to get tested for HIV and syphilis, or if you are living with HIV, to start treatment. So, we're gonna get into the conversation that we're here to discuss
I'm
tonight.
anticipating.
Heavily anticipated. So, seemingly, Prophet, you are very vocal when it comes on to talking about sex, and we have a range of topics that we want to get into tonight. But first, we want to know how did you come about the name Sniper Prophet?
All right. First of all, a sniper, whenever he's going to use his weapon, he have to close one eye. So therefore, mine is already closed.
Okay.
So therefore, I am more of a built-in sniper.
Built-in
so to speak.
sniper.
Original.
Okay.
Original.
So the name was given to me by the Holy Spirit. Because of the accuracy of the prophetic flow, so to speak. So that's how the name came about.
And as you speak about the prophetic flow, there are so many different terms in churches: pastors, deacon, reverend. So who exactly is a prophet, and what makes you one?
All right. You have two types of prophet. You have the false prophet, and you have the real prophet. Or let me say three kind of prophet. You have the prophet, which is the finances, and you have the false prophet, and you have the real prophet.
Okay.
Now, the Bible simply tells you that in order for you to know a real prophet, whenever they prophesy, it must be manifested.
Must come to pass.
Must come to pass. And even though the Bible also go back and say, they shall come and deceive many, even the very elect. So that's it all boils down to having the spirit of discernment. So what make me different is that everything that I've prophesied, it have been inspired by the Holy Spirit, it has come to manifestation. And not only that it came to manifestation last year, it came to manifestation on a constant basis. So that's what makes me different, and that's what makes me a prophet. And it is the Lord that ordained me as a prophet as well.
Oh, all right. So, Prophet, tell us about your upbringing. Where you were raised in the church, and which denomination, if you don't mind me asking.
All right. Yes, I was raised in the church. My father's a pastor, and my mother is a deaconess. My grandmother, we all come from a family background.
Neighbor String Cutter Church.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
But denomination, I was brought up into the Church of God. You could say I'm an apostolic, thing.
Okay.
But I'm not the kind of person that believe in denomination, because the older you get, is the more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding you obtain from the Holy Spirit. So denomination for me is a whole form of division, revival over this, a Pentecostal over this, Adventist over this. So I just removed denomination completely.
So did you always want to be a pastor?
No, I always want to be an actor,
Actor?
Actor?
Man. Oh, yeah, man. I always want to be an actor, man. I would want to be an actor like, Bad Boy Trevor and all them people. I even went ahead and signed up one time years ago. My man was nowhere near no pastor, because pastor thing, had no money on the so. The money on the so.
Like Chronic say, read for the love, not for the likes.
That is it. Yeah, man. So it was really to be an actor, not a pastor.
Okay.
So do you consider yourself a traditional family man?
Yeah, I am a traditional family man, because I love family. I love family, and I will give my family anything whatsoever. So yes, I am.
All right. So we have always seen you on social media, Prophet. You're always well dressed, as tonight.
Yeah.
We don't want to see him in
Dapper.
studio. Yes, from head to toe. So do you believe that church people should be well groomed? Like, what are your beliefs on that?
Of course. First of all, me tell all my churches to them. If you walk on the road and a man not call to you, means say you're not dressed good.
Repeat,
Say
please.
that again.
I want to get it.
Say that again.
I tell all my church sisters, put yourself together, dress good. If you walk on the road and a man not call to you, means say you don't look good.
Really?
Seriously. No, I'm not speaking the truth, because if you're out in the world and you're dressed good for the devil, why you can't dress good for God too?
That's true.
Me not say if you put on a bikini or kind of sitting, or no look slim fit or whatever the case is, but make yourself look good, man. Especially are you married and thing.
So what if I just people them type? Them not called to her.
No.
So based on these views, do you have any rules in your church around attire for males and females?
Yes, I do. And it's not a strict rule, because I was brought up in the church, where them can't wear jewelry, them can't wear chain on them neck. It would have classified as a sin. So in my church, or in the house of the Lord that God, placed me to oversee, we don't wear pants in there. Because me no want to come to church if you see a woman sitting and print out and I'm a straightforward person, right?
Yeah.
So, me no want you come to church and me I see you sitting and print out and all kind of thing. So that big distraction. That's why me thank God so me have one eye, so therefore.
The
less distraction, the better.
So you can focus on one wife.
Focus on one wife.
But the Prophet and bossy. Okay. All right. Since we're on, the attire and the rules for the church and so forth like that. So there's this trend of remixing, like the dancehall, secular music, and turning them into gospel music. Do you think this is okay, or is it problematic? For example, like Chosen Ball Out, that song? That Chosen sing? We have it. Let's play that song. Like, I want to know your thoughts on
There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, because you see,
there's nothing wrong with okay.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, because really and truly, if Vibes Cartel if you get saved, and this side say, boy, I'm going to sing two songs. Come on, I'm going to mix it to look a dance or everything, because that's where I come from. But the words I'm going to change.
Right.
You understand me? So for me, there is nothing wrong with it. Once God is getting the glory out of it, it's good.
But Prophet, if I'm remixing a song that everybody already knew and they knew it to be dirty, I'm gonna just throw some God lyrics on it. Is that is that something?
Wouldn't it be a
acceptable? Because
distraction
obviously
with
I
the
would have
message?
listened to what was raw and what was ungodly to put something godly on it.
No, man, nothing wrong with that, man.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. Based on my perspective,
Mm-hmm.
nothing wrong with that. Because the whole by time in my church, I make me a draw for your local souls. I sing local souls, lady in red.
But the show is alright though. Like, we're talking about the dancehall, like the raw dancehall part of it.
There is nothing from my perspective. Other person may have their own perspective.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. Because if a man is in dancehall and he's singing the raw dancehall and bend over and dash out and all of that, and he change the words and say dash up on Jesus Christ, and I gotta get the praise right there, so.
Okay.
But most people are not going to take it seriously, so they're singing it. They're not singing it to praise God. They're singing it as mockery.
No, man, because there's something wrong with them.
Well, I'm talking personally for myself. If you're gonna change a song that was talking about skin out and say skin out for Jesus instead, I can't take it seriously.
No, man. Listen, there is nothing. God have a way of turning what is bad into something good. Look at Saul. Before he was converted to Paul, he was a murderer. And even when God transformed him and he was preaching and delivering the word of God, them still never want to accept him. Not true. So you could have changed all they want change. If people don't want to accept it, they will never do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, personally for me, I don't like it because when me hear chosen ball out a dove in my head, and I just a ball out and me just start thinking about sex and everything. God don't dep on my mind when me hear ball out. All right. This is very important, and I think everybody always want to know this. Viewers, listeners, everybody here tonight. Prophet, is offering a must in your church, and why is offering so important?
Tithes and offering.
Offering, yeah, man. Offering is a must in the church.
Yes.
But many people tend to abuse it.
Oh, explain.
Because really and truly, the church cannot run without finances.
Right.
Because you need finances to pay light bill. Even though many church out there bridge light and a bridge water. and I still collect free water and light.
Right.
But for me, offering and tithe is a must. And it doesn't only provide for the church, which the Bible said, bring in your tithe and offering so that there may be meat in the storeroom. But once the church is doing what it's supposed to be doing, offering and tithes is a must.
Right.
Because that is what should have been helping to feed those people who even give it. Because for me, I always say offering and tithe is like a partner yatro. So therefore, me must can pick up my phone and say, Pastor, I want I can't be for a and mackerel tomorrow.
So what about them people they will go want tech sec for the church now? Because them things that them put in them investment, now them can withdraw.
No, there is. Listen, if they're going to tend to abuse it, then them and God how will deal with that.
Okay.
Okay.
So
That's
normally for an offering, because I don't know how church run, I don't understand it. But you always hear things growing up. So when you collect the offering, like when you have a local savings account or somewhere, you put it down in case a church member, somebody's sick, they can always come back for it for something, contribution. Kids sometimes need a little lunch money or college or something. Like, does the church offer that just the same with the offerings, or what happened?
In my ministry, we have an account, and we also have a safe as well.
Okay.
Because a person might come into the church and want something, and you can't got the ATM figure draw it and all of that.
Okay.
So we always make sure that we have live cash available at all times. So therefore, if somebody come and they want a rent to be paid, or they short, or they want grocery or food or something, we can give that to them.
Okay.
Kristen, what are your opinions?
Oh, we lost Kristen right there. All right.
All right. So Prophet, what about women in your church? What are your views? Are they allowed to be in church leadership and leadership in general? What are your views?
Well, if me go one church and I be a man pan the roster, me not go up there.
Why? I would love to know why. You know that Prophet cannot listen, Prophet, why?
Okay, let us know. We want to know.
No, because there be a darkness that. God make even Adam because he saw that it was known. So why should I go on a restaurant that's full of be a man? Especially into this world now where, majority of them, you find them in the church more than the world itself.
So you're saying
Prophet.
women are integral and it can't be just man.
You have the hot pot.
It has
here
to
in
be a
front of you.
balance. So can it be a balance?
Yeah, man, it has to be, man. It has to
Okay.
be. It has to be. And my wife never be that balance either. So there has to be some other more woman out there. So therefore, I have no problem with a woman being in leadership, because right now the woman them is more straight than some of the man them at the church.
What you mean straight, doctor? When you say them straight, what's straight about them? Them ear? What? and Prophet, I just want to find out.
You are talking to the sniper prophet, you know that, and I'm really trying to put some
Your
filters.
prophecy always.
I'm really trying to put some filters on my words.
Okay, understand.
All right. It's 9:30 p.m. on the bridge, and we are gonna get a quick break and come back to more JASL After Dark.
What Blackstar said, JASL, JASL, JASL after dark. JASL, JASL, JASL after dark. JASL, JASL, JASL after dark. What can't talk in the day? The night part.
All right, welcome back to JASL After Dark, brought to you by Jamaica AIDS Support for Life. We provide free HIV and syphilis testing, free condoms and lubes, and free HIV treatment. So we're here talking sex and the church with the sniper prophet, Jamar Watson.
Man.
Yes, so back to the conversation before the break. Now, we want to know, being a pastor is somewhat like running a business. What are some of the challenges you face as a pastor?
All right. Some of the challenges that I faced, I used to face is finances. Mm-hmm. Because when I just started out in church, in ministry, the Lord called me to be a full-time minister. But I missed the concept of being a full-time minister. I thought that being a full-time minister, you cannot work at all. But really and truly, being a full-time minister means that you cannot work for anybody, but that doesn't say you cannot work for yourself.
Right.
So therefore, I've grown into that, and I now control my own businesses, companies, 3 of them, a matter of fact. So one of my challenges was finances.
Okay.
You understand me? I'm just being straightforward.
Okay.
Right.
So how does that work out with your congregation,
that was one
though?
of my challenges.
So Kristen is
Prophet, I
asking, how does that work out
How does
with
that
your
work out with your congregation? Because I know at my church, my congregation is always in need of their pastor. So how does having running 3 separate businesses? Are they always knocking down your door, always calling on you?
Not because why? I put things in place. So therefore, even though I own it, doesn't mean that I have to be present at all times. So therefore, I am still into ministry.
Okay.
But I don't benefit from ministry financially.
Okay.
Because I have my own companies. And a pastor that doesn't do anything for himself, you find that he drains the church financially.
Okay. Very important.
And you find now, so the church, I mind them.
Yeah.
One of them should have
The
mind the church.
lifestyle. Right.
Right.
Are there any other challenges that you face?
Other challenges that I used to face before I got married was loneliness. Come on, man. You can't. Come on. You can't hold. I feel like speaking in tongues tonight.
As a prophet, we all face all of that. So
no, man.
you go through loneliness.
It's extra.
before married.
When you minister the gospel, it's extra. Why you find all kind of pretty girl out
you
there.
have a congregation of attractive women.
Ladies and worse, I'm so young and handsome and and all those kind of stuff. You understand me? So you find say, boy, the flesh I got jump. That is the reason why I recommend that all ministers of the gospel must be married.
Yes.
Speaking of the flesh jumping,
We're getting there. We're getting there. We're there now. Yes, please.
We want to know, because you're so outspoken on a wide range of topics. We want to know, your views when it comes on to sex and the church. So the first question, masturbation, is that okay?
I have to belch for that one.
Please.
Thank God.
All right. Let me just be frank.
Yes.
Nobody in Jamaica, not the rest of the world, cannot tell me say they not touch themselves.
All right.
So because what you're saying then, Prophet, is
So-
it's okay.
It's okay.
I'm not saying that it is okay,
What you're saying.
but I'm saying that nobody in the face of the earth can tell me
Yeah.
that they have never. Come on, you've been single for 25
No, we
years.
know that then, Prophet. But may I ask you as a prophet,
Is it okay?
is it okay
All
to
right.
masturbate.
To be honest,
Yes.
as I said before, it's not okay. But for me, I better you please yourself than to put yourself in multiple partners and get sick.
But Prophet.
So
Come on,
by right,
because-
you're saying to the congregation, cause tonight me and Calvin is the congregation. So you preach to we know, right, Kristen? And you're
Right.
saying, cause we in your church now, you must not touch yourself. But if you have to, we don't want you fornicate, but touch yourself. And that you tell me, Prophet? What you tell me?
I'm just being honest.
Okay.
I'm just being honest.
It's not
So,
okay, but if I have to, I should.
It's not okay to do it. You understand? Because why? It will, your person out there, then we do it and then, decide that they want the real thing.
Okay.
You understand me?
Right.
But let's be realistic and let's us not deceive our own self.
Yes.
To act as if we are all righteous and holy and, always in the presence of Jesus Christ at all times.
Okay.
One night catch you, you're honey.
So
You're not,
we can use sex
you not
toys
have no
then?
man, you not have no woman, you not married or nothing. What you gonna do?
Oh, so in a case like that, I have to
You touch yourself.
Okay, so I don't fornicate. So I don't have to go out there and find no partners, and put myself at risk. So just touch myself and be safe.
But the
Prophet,
good
to
book
what
say we don't have no little
extent? To what extent can persons use sex toys? Because if you say they can masturbate, is there a line that needs to be drawn? They can
No.
do this, but they can't do that.
No, as I said before, I'm not saying that it is okay and I'm not saying that it's not okay.
Okay.
Right? I want you to understand where I'm coming from. Sorry. You are unmarried. You don't have anybody. God has not given you that person as yet. There is not one day you can tell me that you don't feel horny. There is not one day you can tell me, say you are a man and you're sitting and stand up on you. There is not one day you can tell me, say you're a woman and you're not jump or you not get wet.
Get a rose.
I get a rose. You understand me? I'm just straightforward here.
Yeah.
I
I'm just,
like that.
I'm
like
just
that.
straightforward. You understand me? Come on, you can't call me because me can't help you. Me can't help you.
So,
Okay.
Prophet, what about persons in relationships? Married persons, let's be specific. What about married persons who probably aren't having the type of sex that they want and they want to masturbate? Are you what would they do?
Well, they're married.
I have seen it a lot of time. And look at this now.
Yeah.
Good question. You are married to someone and he's a part of the army, dispatched. Over there for 3 months. 3 months you not do nothing. Him call up on the phone sex. Yeah, touch yourself. Is something wrong with that?
We want you to tell us it's something.
Are you
wrong with
well asked, Prophet?
No,
no.
that is masturbation as well.
Right, it is.
But you're doing it on the phone with your husband.
Right. So is it the
So
fact that
therefore-
you're married? It's okay because you're married.
It's no different.
Oh.
So therefore, like hear some people say, "Oh, to drink the water is a sin, but to pour it in the cup is not a sin." Foolishness.
Okay.
There is no way to sin. Sin is sin,
Right. Cause sin no bigger than no other
and
sin.
none are bigger than none.
Okay.
So therefore, if your husband overseas and you call him and una do it over the phone together, and you touch yourself, or whether you have a dildo and you pretend say I feel one that, that's still masturbation.
Okay. All right.
So you're saying that using sex toys, that's okay.
I am not saying that using sex toys is okay.
Ah, Prophet.
I'm not saying that. No. Hold on. For me, I term sex toy. For me, I term sex toy as handcuffs. For me,
Okay.
whips. For me,
Blindfold.
BDSM lifestyle.
All your big toe, your big finger,
Prophet spicy man.
sex toy.
Prophet, me tell you, from night you're very spicy. Let me ask you this because we're going on something different, something deeper. Is it okay for Christians to listen to hardcore dancehall music when having sex? I always want to know this. Is it okay? You're Christians, you're not a church, you're a prophet, pastor, deacon, whatever you are in the church. Is it okay to be listening to those hardcore dancehall music while having sex?
While having sex
Can
with
ramping
Yes.
shop be playing? Ramping shop.
No man, play Jesus Love Me, this I know.
That not put you in a no mood. Me want you
Thank
to
you
things
so
them.
much.
Worse if me married.
Thank you so much.
Oh, so we
So
felicit
therefore,
it.
I don't know
Captain.
which artist
so
sing the
Captain,
song,
listen
Don't
to
You
the
Wine, Don't You
ramping
Wine,
shop.
My Girl, Don't You Wine. That's the song I playing.
Tony Matanga. I am singing.
I ain't gonna play no Jingle Bell, Jingle all the way.
No,
So
I ain't
it's
church.
okay to listen to Spice Skin Out.
I don't have a problem with that.
I mean, at the church with my husband or whatever, me can listen it because I'm with my husband.
I'm with my husband I'm with my wife.
Yes.
Is why I never go to talk to a female. I'm with my wife.
Yes.
You understand? And I'm having intercourse with my wife. I'm making love with my wife inside the bedroom. I ain't gonna play no gospel. What if the Bible will not be inside there either?
But that is the
So-
time now
so
you need a
what? I have
remix
a question.
gospel.
So proceed.
No,
that means
gospel,
that
no,
means that
Kristen has a
hardcore
question
dancehall
for
music
us.
has a place then. Hardcore dancehall music has a place because it would be used in the bedroom for married couples. So there shouldn't be any issue then with persons who want to celebrate dancehall music and want to go out and see Spice live and see people and all of that. Is there an issue with hardcore dancehall music if you can listen to it while you're having sex with a Christian couple?
That's a question there.
Yes. And it's for you.
I know this is going to end up in the papers tomorrow, you know. All right. There are certain limits. You understand me? There are certain limits. If you're in a bedroom with your partner, that is private. That's away from the
Yes.
space of the public or whatever the case is. There is nothing wrong with that. Just for example, a man may be a drinker then. Socially, in his house, he's drinking. But the moment you go among the drunkards and you're drinking and get drunk, there's something wrong with that. That's where the line drawn.
Okay.
So in your house, having sex with your partner, hardcore dancehall music, nothing wrong with that.
Okay. So what about dirty talk? Because
That is
sometimes
the-
dirty talk, the
that is the
profanity
key.
and all of that.
That is the key.
Oh, that is the key. That's a peak
That's the
point
key.
of arousal.
Dig out-
Okay.
Dig out your ears with it, man.
we're gonna have to pick up back on that one, but we're gonna rush to a quick break and we'll be back for JASL After Dark.
JASL after dark. JASL after dark. JASL after dark. What you talking about the day?
All right, welcome back to JASL After Dark. We're here discussing sex and the church with the Sniper Prophet. We had a very interesting conversation before the break, but we're heading right back into it to wrap up the show. So, Pastor, somebody comment on Instagram and them say I be a bad word, Pastor, cause when him have sex.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna speak in no tongues.
You're not speaking in tongues. It's not the Heavenly language.
I ain't gonna speak in tongues.
So you're saying profanity when having
No,
sex is
I ain't
okay?
speaking in tongues.
So prophet.
So you were,
So when you're having sex as a prophet, what you say? You don't speak in tongue?
I ain't gonna say hallelujah.
So prophet, what you say?
No, I ain't gonna say
Yeah.
hallelujah. No.
So you're saying what you're saying can't be said on radio.
No.
Broadcasting Commission would find out.
No, I know. All right, you know what's my thing? Because, being in the sex industry for so long, I say all different type of couple, all different type of, sexual experiences and stuff like that. So people believe that swinging is a popular thing in churches. So, this is where the couples will agree to meet and have sex with another couple, fully consensual, of course. What are your views on that?
Well, let's start over again.
So swinging, you know what swinging means,
No, I
right?
don't.
When you and your partner share with another partner and y'all have sexual intercourse, whether it's going to be an orgy or whatever. So, you would have sex with another wife in the church and a husband will have sex with your wife and stuff like that because the both of you agree to it. So what are your views on that in the church now? Couples who are doing swinging.
You see, if the couple was exploring each other in the bedroom, they wouldn't have think about that.
Okay. So if they want to think about, but
Because-
suppose it's an open-minded couple, they want to try new things and do other things
No,
after
no.
exploring all those mutual curiosities, you know?
I personally do not support that.
You don't support it.
No.
Okay.
Me rather forget the swing song in the bedroom, get the pool, get the
Everything and spice up the bedroom.
get everything inside there.
So,
Okay.
with all that spice, is there anything that's off limits in the bedroom?
As I said before, the only thing that is off limit is calling me pastor inside the
Okay.
bedroom.
Oh. So
'Cause
no limits,
in the bedroom,
oral sex, nothing at
there is
all?
No.
Okay.
There is another limit to you know.
Get to it, please.
Because
So share that with us.
There is-
We want to know. The viewers want to know.
there
The
is a
listeners wanna know.
second off limit right there. So because
Okay,
at
understand.
no given time,
Yes.
my wife's hand is to even brush around here.
Around here.
No.
So those on the radio who can't hear, what you mean by that?
Meaning my the cheek.
Prophet, is that
No
a
given
personal
time.
boundary or is it a boundary for everybody? Everybody should respect that boundary. Is that something that you prefer?
No, you have some man that they love it, you know. But me no,
Okay.
But is it
for me,
So,
no.
okay,
Should it
for
be
their
off
wife to
limits?
go there, for their wife to brush them on the cheek.
Off limit. Why would you want a woman to be touching
But
your...
if it's you and your wife,
No,
Prophet.
man, no. The devil is a liar. Not at all.
But the marriage bed is undefiled. Says
No.
the good book.
So, Prophet, what are your views on condoms?
Condoms?
Yes. Being that, you don't have no limits, so you're married and, you're in the church and stuff like that. Like, what are your views on condoms? Do you support the use of condoms? What are your views?
Being married? Being
Yes.
married talking about?
Is there a
Yes.
place for that?
No, man, there is no need for condom. You want me to speak generally or speak for myself?
Generally.
Okay. All right. So it's a good thing you said that as well.
Yes.
so there is no man, you're married to somebody. Why do you want to use a condom?
You can use it as a contraceptive when it's close to the ovulation period in the month.
No man, I would wait, and you know that once I waited and it completed, you have to make up for all those weeks and days that have passed by.
Right. Okay.
So even if it means I have to skip church service for that, no problem.
You
You go
skip church
the
service.
sermon.
Okay. All right. My next big topic that I like to touch when it come on to sex and church like that, Prophet. The sexual urges are becoming very rampant against young people, right? Especially for those in the church. What are some suggestions of things they can, do instead to quell these sexual desires? In other words, like, what do you tell young people in the churches, like them have the feeling, they want to have sex, they're having
They're
these
human.
sexual desires and these fantasies, what suggestions do you tell them, or as a prophet, what do you advise them?
And you're referring to people that are young people who are single, right?
Yeah, young.
Yes,
unmarried.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I'm thinking about 16 thereabouts, probably 14, 15, 16. You start feel all these emotions, all these sexual desires as a teenager and so forth. Like, what do you advise them?
Well, first of all, I'm not the one that really advise them when it comes on to that.
Okay.
But rather I have females who deal with females on that.
Okay.
And where the male is concerned, I would talk to them where that is concerned.
Okay.
So what
and
about for males then? Not just
What
for
do you
females,
advise
in terms
them?
of that
yes.
age group?
What I tell them is that it is quite natural to want to have sex. It's very quite natural to do, to want to have it. But try not to put yourself in the position where you become active in it, such as praying. You understand me? Always try to find ways to occupy your time.
Right. Do you tell them to masturbate?
I do not tell them to masturbate directly, but as I said to you before, if it come to the test, because
You
come
have
on,
to.
if it come to the test, you do it.
Right.
You understand me? But try your best not to. But if it come to the test and you have to, I would not. I rather to tell you to do it than to tell you to go and put yourself out there.
So one comment I saw somebody say is that they said the hardiness will go away, right? And if they say you look at the scripture and say you're right and offend you cut it off. So what are you saying? So if I go and commit this sin, am I not in the wrong? How do I avoid it entirely?
You're talking about the feelings for
No, not the
urge?
feelings, but acting on those
Acting
sexual
on-
urges.
Okay. Everybody have their different ways of overcoming it, to be honest. So I don't know.
Okay,
know,
so you know
yeah.
when we talk about sex, we always talk about the penetrative sex, right? So if we actually don't go there far, is there a limit where it come on to kissing or feel up or cuddling outside of marriage? Is there a limit? Is there?
Yes,
How far
there
can
is
you go?
there is a limit. I will never tell you. I will never tell any of my young people that you meet somebody doesn't mean that you're going to hug them from afar off. You understand me? Get to know each other. Kissing never take place. You
So
understand
kissing
me?
is okay. It's okay
I'm not
for me
saying
to
I'm
kiss
not saying
my-
that it is.
What
it
is
is
okay outside of marriage then, in other words? What is okay? Just for Ole and talk to you?
No man, go on date, get to know each other. Try to carry somebody with you that you can trust, so that you avoid from getting too.
So when me get on here, me I go on date, what must do? I'm not married. What must I do?
Call the pastor, and the pastor pray with you.
Pray over my life I'm on in this pastor? No. Okay. All right. People will see you and people will hear you and they don't think you fit what they generally believe a pastor or prophet should look like and sound like. What would you say to this? Because I know you've gotten it and you mentioned it earlier.
Yes.
When I tell you how dapper you look tonight, because prophet is really looking good tonight in studio, So, when you talk like this and you give your views like this and stuff like that, I know you must receive a lot of backlash. What do you have to say about this?
I'm just me.
Yes.
I will not pretend to be somebody that I'm not.
Right.
I will not come in here and act as if I'm holy and righteous. I would prefer you hate me for me being me than to love me for me not being me. And when you see me down the road acting in a different character,
Yes.
you point and say, but no, the sniper did I talk about this? I know my.
Right.
So, people gonna hate at the end of the day, but I'm just who I am in God, and I will never change. I will never change that. My wife is okay with that, and once my wife is okay with that, I'm good.
Okay. Nice.
I saw a comment on Instagram where somebody was saying, should I pray after I masturbate and ask God for forgiveness?
Yeah, man. Nothing wrong with that, man. God will forgive you, as He said to this. It just have to ask Him, how many times should we forgive others? He said 70 times 7.
But wouldn't we call that? Is that what we call presumptuous sin?
It would have been presumptuous sin, yes, but God is graceful. I would probably watch me. I would probably say we're not gonna do something. I will still do it. If I submit the case, I'll me a guy hell to them.
Okay. So, Prophet, I needed to tell our viewers and our listeners, where can we find your church and follow you on all your socials?
All right. We are at 91 Slipe Road. That's in Crossroad, and we have our online services at the Sniper Prophet and all social media platform, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook at the Sniper Prophet. We do broadcast on TikTok mostly.
Okay.
At the Sniper Prophet.
All right. And
So,
Prophet, yes? you
What's
have
your
something?
final word of encouragement
That's what I was
to
gonna ask.
anyone listening?
My final word of encouragement to everybody is that be comfortable with you, be yourself. You understand me? Be true for yourself. You understand me? And as we are on the JASL
Just
program,
after dark.
you understand me?
After dark.
If you find yourself that you cannot contain yourself, or you find yourself in a sexual act, use your condom. Use your condom.
What,
I can't ever recall hearing a pastor telling people.
Prophet, what did you
No,
just say?
it's the truth. I know. I tell you, I'm going to be me. If
So
I
we're
have
not
a
going to tell
daughter-
them, say, just don't have no condom and don't do anything
Pray.
because you're not
No,
married.
If I have a daughter, I'm gonna tell my daughter said don't have sex. That doesn't mean she's going to listen to me.
That's
Well, that is true.
that's
You have a
true.
point.
That's true. It's
So
just
if you're gonna do it,
unusual to hear that.
Use a
coming from-
condom. I tell my brethren, if you don't have sex out of marriage, but if you're gonna do it, use a condom.
Okay. Listen,
Okay.
you're not supposed to, but if you're not going to do it,
If
protect
you're
on
gonna do it,
yourself
do it
and keep
safe.
safe. All right. Well, that's the message, and I like that. I like that, Prophet,
Never
Thanks
in
for
my
being
years
here.
I hear a pastor say that, you know.
What?
Still processing
True.
it.
A prophet.
Christian, you have anything else to say?
Prophet.
No, I only have more questions. We'd go on forever.
Me too. We need a part 2. We need a
We
part
definitely
2.
need a part 2.
Yeah, there is so much more to ask, so much to
So
know,
much
so
more.
much more to discuss on this topic of sex and the church. It's really been an interesting and exciting, entertaining interview with
It is.
the
Conversation.
Sniper
It
Prophet.
was very
Yes.
stimulating.
It's
Very
a-
stimulating conversation.
Very stimulating.
Yes.
Very stimulating.
Stimulating. Listen, no pun intended. Right. So we want to remind our listeners and our viewers that JASL After Dark is brought to you by Jamaica AIDS Support for Life. And at Jamaica AIDS Support for Life, you can access free HIV and syphilis testing, free condoms and lubes, free HIV treatment. So if you are living with HIV and you're not on treatment, you can contact Jamaica AIDS Support for Life at 925-0021 and get on treatment today.
Yes, and you can find me on all socials at Fetish Secrets LLC. You can visit my website at www.fetishsecrets.com. You can contact us at 876-447-9662.
All right, so this has been a stimulating conversation. I'm stealing that word. So we want you to thank you, Kristen, for joining us and joining the
Yes,
conversation tonight.
Yeah, man.
We
It was a
will
good
be-
time.
Definitely a good time. Yes, we'll be here same time, same place next week. JASL After Dark on the Bridge 99, where what we can't talk about in the day, we will
Discuss
about
it after
after
dark.
dark. So up next on the Bridge 99 FM is Ragashanti
Ragashanti.
Live. See you next week.
Same time, same place.
Jostle, jostle, jostle after dark. Jostle, jostle, jostle after dark. Jostle, jostle, jostle after dark.